Hey guys, welcome back to the Crochet with Kelsey channel. I have a market on Saturday, so please join me for a week of market prep. So before we get into the market prep stuff, I first wanted to show you some of the things that I've recently made that I will be taking to my market. So first of all, I have this little flower baby, and this is a free pattern by Red Mills Crochet, and it's over on her page. And it's a little flower, and then it's a little buddy, so it's super cute. And I want to make some more of these for my market if I have time. But I just wanted to show y'all that because it's a perfect, no-sew, cute little market pattern that would be perfect for making very quickly. This probably took me like 15 minutes for making my first one, so I'm sure if I batched them, I could make them a lot faster. Some other great patterns for market prepping are these adorable little finger puppets from the Crochet Carpenter. So I made 3 of them so far. This is the little stingray. Here's the little octopus, and his newest one, which is the hammerhead shark. So I actually just finished this shark yesterday, so I kind of need to clean it up a little bit. But it's just really fun that you can kind of wear these all on your fingers. And the other finger puppet from the Crochet Carpenter that I made was the bearded dragon one, and that one actually sold very quickly. So I'm excited to have more finger puppets, and I'm going to be sure to market them as finger puppets. So all of those will be coming to my market with me, and all of Erin's finger puppet patterns are great, so be sure to check them out. I know I've mentioned this before, but in July, I'm doing a Pokemon card event. So it's a Pokemon card show, and I'm a vendor there that doesn't sell cards, but I'm gonna be selling my plushies. So I've been testing a lot of Pokemon for other creators, and I've been having so much fun doing it. So I have this little Chikorita from Lazy Frog Co. And it's no-sew. Well, actually, it's not no-sew. You have to sew this on. And I tried needle felting for the first time, but I don't think I have the right kind of felt for it because it's like the thicker felt sheet. So yeah, I know it looks a little messed up right there, but I ended up gluing felt eyes on instead. So this is gonna be a free pattern out on her page. These are also really good to quickly prep if you're doing any Pokemon themed events. And I also finished this yesterday, so please don't judge me because it's with black yarn and I haven't totally cleaned it up all the way. But here's my little Umbreon, and I'm obsessed because it sits up on its own and it's just extremely cute. Again, don't judge me, I know it has a bunch of fuzzies on it, but I am literally obsessed with how cute this turned out. This will be coming with me to my market this weekend, and if it doesn't sell, I'm almost 100% sure that it will find a home at the Pokemon card show. But this is a pattern that I just tested for Holly's Yarn Creations, and she's making all of the evolutions, so be sure to go check that out. And last but not least, we have this big boy Charizard. He barely even fits on the screen, but this is like my new showstopper piece. I like to have like a giant piece. Charizard is a super popular Pokemon. I feel like if you ask someone that doesn't even like Pokemon what their favorite Pokemon is, they say Charizard. So he is a very popular guy. He's huge, and he will be coming to my markets with me. And I think I'm going to keep him kind of higher up so that little kids aren't constantly touching him, because he is a work of art and I don't want him getting ruined and like dirtied up for his forever home. So if you have any tips about like keeping little kids and stuff from like grabbing and squeezing and touching all the plushies, please let me know. But this is one that I feel like if you bend the wings a lot or something, it could like end up not looking as great as it does now. So let me know if you have any tips for that. So all of that will be coming to my market with me, and the first thing I usually do whenever I have a market coming up is I check my inventory to see what I need to make. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I have, and I'm gonna kind of work through it with you to figure out how much stuff I need to make before Saturday. And I totally forgot to tell you about the market that I'm doing. I'm doing the Deep Ellum Outdoor Market, which is in Deep Ellum, Texas, the heart of Dallas. And I've done this market a few times before, but if you're local to the area, come see me on Saturday. The market is from 12 to 5, which I love because I don't have to wake up super early. And we never do like awesome at this market, so I don't have super high expectations, but I just wanted to do one because it's been a while and the booth fee for this one is super cheap. It's only $85. So I figured I have a free Saturday, let's just go ahead and see what happens. So just keep that in mind throughout this video. Like, I'm not super stressed about it because it's not like a giant con or anything like that. It's just a little street market that I don't expect to make like thousands of dollars at. In the past, we've made like $200 to $300 in profit, so I'm kind of expecting around that, but of course I'll be happier to make more. The weather's also starting to warm up, so I'm hoping that it's a good turnout, but that's a little background about the market that I'm doing. And I know this ugly shelf is in the back of most of my videos, and I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm sorry that it's ugly, but this is where all of my market stuff goes. We don't have a lot of storage. We don't really have anywhere to put this stuff in our garage or anything because we park in there. So I'm sorry that it's an eyesore, but just know that is all my market stuff. So here is my big storage box for plushies. This is what I take to my markets, and I put all my plushies in there once they are priced. So you've probably seen a lot of these plushies before because I didn't do great at the last market that I did, so I prepped a lot of these for that market. So that's why you might be seeing some familiar faces, but that's not always a bad sign because it means that I don't have to prep as much for this market. I also have some larger items that I haven't priced yet, so they're not in this bin. So I definitely think I'm set for bigger items. This is my mystery box inventory. I have 5 mystery boxes, and I usually like to make about 10 because they sell pretty well. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna open those up to see what's inside, and then I'm going to try to make what I don't have, and I just need 5 plushies there. So that's really not too bad. So my claw machine items did sell really well at my last market, so it looks like I have plenty of chickens left. So, you know, I'm gonna probably try to make at least 2 packs of my claw machine buddies pattern pack, which has 6 different patterns in it. And all of those patterns are only 6 rounds, so they're super quick. So that means I would have to make 12 claw machine items, and I think I'd be happy with that for this smaller market. Up next, we have the $12 basket. And this basket has been around for some time. I see some items in here that I've had for probably a year or over. So this basket kind of just keeps changing to whatever I kind of have, and I keep adding new items to it when I need to. So I'm probably just gonna make one more little loaf cat for this so that I can fill up that front row with just little loaf cats. And I think I'll honestly be set there because it looks pretty full. It just kind of looks like there's a spot right there for one more plushie. Just making one $12 item would be great. And then here's my $10 basket, and we have a really interesting vibe going on over here. So it's basically just all vegetables, 1 fruit. We have like, I don't know, people always ask me what this is, which probably isn't a good sign, but you know, I'd be happy if he found a home. This guy has been with me since day 1. Yeah, hopefully he'll find a home, but probably not because I've had him forever. I think maybe I should stick to like a vegetable theme for this basket. I don't know, I love this little mushroom pot pattern from Cable and Canvas. And whenever people pick them up, I'm always like, oh, they're fidget toys, they pop out, and people seem to like that. So maybe I'll just make a bunch of those, but I don't know, this guy is so random. I think I can make him into a keychain. Okay, I'm moving him to the keychains. Okay, so anyway, this is the box that I need to fill up the most. So I'm probably gonna make maybe like 5 more little mushrooms, and then maybe something else to go in here that's relatively small. Around 9 to 10 $10 items, which I think is doable. And for the last little section, I do remember I sold a lot of keychains at the last event. So it looks like I'm good on octopi, because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 little octopi, and then I have a frog, a seal that's eyes are really far apart, and a whale. So I'm definitely gonna need to make a few keychains. I like to have around 30 keychains at my events, but I got another keychain right there. So I'm gonna try to make like 10 to 15 keychains. And for car mirror charms, I have 3 left over. So I have 2 little duckies and a frog. This is Frank the Frog. Frank the Frog always sells pretty good. So I'll probably try to make at least 1 to 2 more Frank the Frogs, and then I'll probably make a couple more birds. So I actually modded this pattern from Close Knit Crochet to be a chicken, and all of those sold out. So I might try to make like 2 more chickens, 2 more frogs, and maybe like a penguin or something, but my car mirror charms always sell pretty well. So I don't know, I think we're in pretty good shape with all the small stuff we have, and I don't have to worry about the big stuff, so I'm not super stressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work for today to knock some of those items off my list. I think I'm probably gonna start with the largest items and kind of work my way down, which means starting with the $12 items and starting with the $10 items and the mystery boxes, so on and so forth. So today is Monday, and I will update you guys tomorrow because I'm just gonna go into focus mode after I make dinner tonight, and I'm just gonna crochet as many little items as I can until it's time to go to sleep. So see you tomorrow. Long time no see. It is now Tuesday, and I got a few plushies done last night. I mainly worked on finishing up my 2 baskets that I have going, so I can proudly say that I finished everything for my $12 basket. So the only thing I had to make was another little mini loaf cat, and I think he'll fit in quite nice right there. Yay! I think that'll be enough options for $12 items for anyone that's interested. At my markets, I always like having a couple of baskets of items at lower price points because my best sellers are usually my claw machine items, my keychains, my $10 items, my mystery boxes, and my $12 items. So it's good to always just keep them stocked so that you can sell as much as possible. But I think that for my small market that I'm doing, this is plenty of $12 items, so I'm gonna check $12 items off the list. So when I showed y'all my $10 basket yesterday, I totally forgot that I could put these little flower babies in the $10 basket, so I have one of those that I had previously made in there, and I went ahead and made a few more of those little flower babies. I think they're super cute, they're super easy, and I think people are really gonna like them, so fingers crossed. I also modded that pattern to make a couple of little mushroom men. I used to have a mushroom pattern that I loved that was free that I used all the time when I first started crocheting, and I can't remember who it was by, but this reminds me of a smaller version of it, and those always used to sell really good for me, so I wonder why I stopped really selling those little mushrooms. So hopefully these guys are popular, and if they are, they might become a market staple for me. So now we have kind of a fruit and vegetable vibe going on in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like 4 more little mushroom pops. They're very quick and they're fun because you can fidget with them. I had made a bunch of brown ones for fall, and now it's not fall anymore, so maybe I'll do some like brighter pinks and purples and other spring summer colors. So I'm gonna be working on the rest of those items tonight. It was like around 9 o'clock, and I was like I could start making something else, but I also don't need to. So I just figured I'd go ahead and knock out a couple of the mystery box items. So whenever I checked my mystery box inventory, I kind of peeked in the boxes to just see what I had available. I had 3 chicks, 1 octopus, and a bear. So I didn't have any whales, so I went ahead and made 2 little whales. I will let you know who this pattern is by, but I love it. It's super quick, and the whales are a decent size. They're not like super small, but they're not super big either, so I think they're perfect for $10 items, and they're perfect for the mystery box. So I'm done making whales for the mystery boxes. So that's all that I got done last night. I know it doesn't really seem like a lot, but I am making progress in the right direction. So my goal tonight is to finish the $10 fruit and veggie basket up by making my little mushroom pops, and then I won't have to worry about that anymore. And I'm also gonna start working on my car mirror charms because I always wait until the last minute to do this for some reason. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock them out. I noticed that the chickens that I modded with that pattern did very good last time at my market. I say they did very good. I made 2 of them and I sold 2 of them, but still that's pretty good to me. Although I didn't make a ton of stuff last night, I still feel like I got a good chunk of the stuff that I said I was gonna crochet done. So I'm happy, I can't complain. And I still have 3 more night. Well, it's Tuesday, so I have 4 more nights technically until my market, but ideally I would only like to be crocheting until Thursday night, so I'm really hoping I can get everything done because we have a busy weekend and I just kind of want to relax on Friday, so we'll just have to see on Thursday, I guess, how much I have done. So I'm gonna get to crocheting some little mushrooms and some car mirror charms, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's now Wednesday. So I had a situation last night to where I thought dinner was gonna be super quick, but I ended up having to peel a bunch of shrimp. I thought I got the kind that was already peeled, but it turns out it wasn't. So that took a long time and I didn't have as much time to crochet as I wanted. But that's okay because I'm not stressing out because this is just a small market. So I was able to finish these 3 little mushroom pops. And I think I said I was gonna make 4 yesterday, but whenever I put them in my $10 basket, they actually fill it up perfectly. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna be done with my $10 items for now. I also made a few car mirror charms and I went ahead and knocked out all the little chickens, so don't judge me. I know I need to like clean them up a little bit. Chicken car mirror charms are done. So in total, I wanna make about 3 to 4 more car mirror charms for this market, but if I don't get around to that, it's not the end of the world because now I have a total of 6, which is at least something. I'm actually about to head over to my grandma's to spend some time with her tonight, so I'm not gonna have as much time to crochet as I initially thought, and that's kind of how this whole week is going. I just, I've had to make dinner and, walk my dog, and it just turns out that I don't have as much time as I thought I did because working a full-time job and also having a small business in the crochet realm, it's a lot. I'm just doing what I can and I'm gonna be happy with whatever I end up getting done, and I'm not gonna dwell on not being able to make enough things because I'm sure I'll make plenty of things, and I'm sure that there's no way all of my inventory is going to sell out because I've done a lot of markets and it never has. So I just need to give myself a break and take it easy on myself. Whatever I make, and whatever I don't get done, I don't get done. As I showed you, I finished 2 out of the 5 mystery box items that I wanted to have done. So when I go to my grandma's tonight, I'm going to bring this color yarn to make some bears for the mystery box, and this color yarn to make some octopi. I'm gonna make 2 of one and 1 of the other. So as long as I add another bear and octopus into the mix, I feel like it'll be a good variety. So I'm about to head to my grandma's and I will update y'all tomorrow with everything that I got done. Hello there, it is now Thursday, and if you're still watching this video, I just want to thank you for sticking with me till this point. Last night I wasn't able to crochet as much as I thought I was going to be able to at my grandma's, but I ended up getting 1 little octopus done, and then whenever I got home for the night, I went ahead and made another little octopus and a little bear. So that makes 10 mystery box items that I'll have for my market, which was my goal. So I'm totally done making mystery box items for this market. So it felt good to check that off my list. And I was kind of feeling lazy last night and I didn't really want to go upstairs to get more yarn. I know that sounds terrible, but it was a long day, okay? So since I had that teddy bear brown color, I went ahead and just made some little teddy bears. These are the little bears from my Claw Machine Buddies pattern pack. And I know you might think that I'm biased because it is my pattern, but these take like 7 minutes to get done. If you batch make them and memorize the pattern, it'll probably take even less time. So I went ahead and just made 6 of those little guys, and I'm probably going to keep a couple of them as claw machine items as is, and then the others I'm going to turn into keychains. So I'm just gonna kind of wait until I get all the smaller items done, and then I'm gonna kind of take a look at the numbers that I have for the claw machine items and the keychains and kind of just distribute the smaller items how I see fit. Since I was on a claw machine item kick, I went ahead and made 6 little chicks as well from my Claw Machine Buddies pattern pack. That is a mouthful. I didn't really think about that whenever I named it, but this is also a free pattern that I have available on my Instagram page, and these guys are super quick, super easy, and I'm also gonna split these up to be keychains and claw machine items. So the only things I really have left to do tonight are get some more smaller items made and distribute those throughout the keychains and the claw machine items, and then I also need to price my items that have just been sitting out and they haven't been priced and they haven't gone in the bin yet. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm gonna price some of my items for, and then honestly, I think I'm probably gonna be able to relax tomorrow because I really think I can get everything done today. So I'll see you later today and we'll see how much market prep stuff I can get done and how many little plushies I can make. As I was making some more of the little guys, I realized that I was running low on 6mm eyes, so I just kept making them until I ran out. 6 little bees done. Well, they're not really done yet. This is kind of my process whenever I'm batch making items. I just make them until the last round and then I stuff them all at the same time and close them up at the same time. So I'll have 6 of those, and then I realized that I didn't have any octopi for the claw machine, and that's usually my #1 seller, so I knew I definitely needed to make some of those. So I went ahead and made 3 little octopi from Sweet Softy's 10-minute octopus pattern, and these are one of my market staples. They always sell really well, and I have a bunch of these in keychains too. But unfortunately, that's all of the small items I was able to make, so I'm just gonna have to work with what I have, and that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish all those guys up. So those guys are all sewed up, and here is, oh no, all of the little guys that I was able to make. So although it's not as many as I wanted, I still feel like I made enough. So in total, that's 21 little plushies, and I will make a note that I need to order more 6mm safety eyes. I also realized that I was running low on keychains. I have like 4 left, so I was able to order some on Amazon and they should be coming in tomorrow. So I'll assemble my keychains then. So I'm happy to announce that all the crocheting is done, and now it's time for the other stuff that goes into market prep. So the first thing I'm gonna do is pack up my little mystery box buddies. So I have my boxes here. I get these on Amazon, and if you are interested in getting the same ones, they are linked in my Amazon storefront. That is linked in the description. So in my mystery boxes, I put a sticker, and I got some really cute new stickers that I'm very excited about. And then I just put the plushie right on top and then close the box. I also kind of do a little quality control check just to make sure there's no excess fuzz or anything on them. And then I get my little question mark stickers, and I'm going to put one of these on the front of each box, and it looks like Max is going to help me with this portion. And just like that, those are all ready. So I've been working a lot on pattern designing lately, so I don't have a ton of new items to bring to my market, but I have my nifty little box that has all of my used price tags that I've taken off of plushies, so I typically use what I can from there. But if I need to make a new tag, I have this little hole puncher that I got from Joanne, RIP, but you can also probably get one just like this for Michael's. And then I take my paper and I just punch a few holes to make the tags. And then I have these nice little circular tags. Once those are cut out, I punch another hole with another hole puncher in one of the sides, like so. And then I write the price on it. So the first thing I'm gonna price is this little iguana dude that I made in my last video, and you should go check it out. But I think I'm gonna try to sell him for $15. So I'm just gonna take my Sharpie, write $15 on the price tag, and then I take a safety pin and I attach it to the price tag and the plushie. And I like to pick somewhere where it's like kind of discreet, like if the plushies have an ear, I'll usually do it on the ear, but this one doesn't, so I'm gonna just put it on his little arm. Ta-da! And I like to make sure that the price tags are always visible to the customer, so I usually try to put it in front. So first item is ready to go. Now my little Chikorita, I think I'm gonna price for, I'm gonna do $17. I usually do everything just a flat number, but I would normally price this for about $15, but since I had to cut out the felt eyes, I think I'm going to do 17. And this one was kind of awkward to tag because it doesn't really have anywhere good to put the price tag, but that one's done. Next, it's time to price my little Stitchkins. And I think that I'm going to price the two larger ones, the octopus and the hammerhead shark, for $20, and I'm going to price this smaller one for $15 because it wasn't as much work. And if anyone picks up these guys at the market, I'm definitely going to inform them of their finger puppet capabilities. So all of these guys are now ready to go. So as you probably know, I've been making a lot of bookmark patterns recently, and I only use a couple of them, so I'm going to take some of my bookmarks to this market just to see how they sell, to see if it's something I would possibly want to prep in the future. So I'm taking these two little guys and this guy from my Mythical Book Buddies pattern, and this little dragon inspired by Andarna from Fourth Wing from my Dragon Book Buddies bookmark pattern. And with these, I'm probably just gonna set them on the table and I'm going to make a little sign that says bookmarks. I'm gonna try to sell them for $20. So bookmarks, $20. So I'm not gonna worry about price tags for those guys. Now we have this sweet little adorable Bulbasaur plushie from Pebbles Crochet's pattern, and I'm gonna price this guy for $40. I price all of my snugglers around the same, so I just want to be consistent with that. He's so cute. I almost don't want to give him up. He can literally just sit on his own. He's so sweet. But I'm sure he'll find a home that can treat him better than me, who has a million plushies laying around all the time. Next, we have this little golem from Red Mills Crochet, and I'm going to price this guy at probably somewhere between $40 and like $60. I'm gonna try to do 45. So now he's ready to go. Now we have this cute little Pichu plushie from Just Peachy Crochet's pattern, and I'm going to try to sell him for $40. Now we have this beautiful Umbreon that I showed you at the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna try to price this one for $65 because it is a bigger piece and it did require a lot of sewing, and I did have to make the eyes for it, so I'm going to price it at $65 and see what happens. And hey, if it's still available for my Pokemon event, aw shucks. In a weird way, I'm kind of hoping that I don't sell a lot of Pokemon in my next two events because I do want to have plenty for the Pokemon card convention, so we'll just see. So I don't mind pricing my Pokemon a little bit higher. And last but not least, we have this beautiful Charizard baby, and I think I'm gonna price him for $200, and I'm gonna keep him up at a very high place so that little kids can't like smash him. I would sell him for more, but I just don't know if anyone would pay that much. And if I still have him for the Pokemon convention, I'm pretty sure he'll probably find a good home then. If you're a true Charizard fan, I don't know how you could resist something like that. Yay! So everything is priced now, and besides putting my keychains together, I'm 100% ready for my market. All my tablecloths are washed. My claw machine has new batteries in it. I have my tables outside in the garage ready to go with my tent and my chairs. So it's been a while since I've done a market and I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and kind of immersing yourself into a week of market prep with me. I really enjoy doing these videos because they do motivate me to get everything done, because I feel like if I say I'm gonna get something done in front of the camera, it makes me feel like I have to get it done. So I appreciate you being a part of that journey. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if there's any part of the market prep process you'd like me to dive deeper into next time, let me know in the comments, and be sure to tune in next week to see how my market went. Bye, see you next time.